Okay. The connection board. All right, this is the heartbeat of your relationship system. So step by step, draw 3 overlapping circles: personal, professional, and public. Fill in names across all 3 categories. Highlight your top 5. All right, these are your MVPs. Set yourself reminders to check in with them. And do so monthly, once a month. All right, now it's important that you guys keep this visual somewhere in your office, on a whiteboard, in a journal, some sort of online dashboard if you guys use something like Notion. All right, don't look at it as a CRM. It's not a CRM, it's your connection radar. All right, so here's your weekly plan to activate your connector crew. Number 1, personal outreach. DM or text 3 people with a check-in. Number 2, engagement content. Post 1 story inviting interaction. Number 3, community participation. Join 1 group or attend 1 event. Number 4, public recognition. Shout out 1 person on social. All right, this is your rhythm. Week in, week out. Week in, week out. This is your rhythm. You do it for 12 weeks. Let's say just put your head down, do it for 12 weeks. And then you can analyze the traction of this. By the way, don't analyze anything month to month. I mean, these more bigger marketing things, if you're implementing them, really give things a 90-day time frame, because I don't think you can accurately measure whether or not something is or isn't working after 30 days. Some things maybe even 6 months. But this is a quarter-to-quarter business as far as I'm concerned. There's too many agents that treat it month to month. It's a quarter-to-quarter business. It really, really is, in my opinion. Okay. So some tools for you guys to stay connected. Right? Don't wing it. Build the system. Systems are your friend. You don't have to remember everything. Just automate. All right? So something like a CRM. It tracks your contacts. Give them some sort of connector tag. And use this kind of daily. Look over this daily. KB Core is great for this. Okay. Put in your calendar some sort of birthday reminders. I want to tell you guys what I used to do as an agent before CRMs, before a lot of technology. I'm not that old, but I've been around long enough to have seen this business really change in the last 20 years. But when I was an agent, I had one of those accordion art folders, and those brown ones, and I had one with 12 slots, and each slot represented a month of the year. So I had each slot labeled a particular month of the year, and I would buy birthday cards, holiday cards, move-in cards, and like a 1-year anniversary of their move-in card, like a bunch of cards. It was like 6 or 7 cards, for different purposes. I would buy them in bulk, and I would just have them sitting in my drawers of my desk. And when I closed a transaction, whether it was, I also had stamps that I would buy in stock and envelopes, obviously. So when I closed the transaction, I would put, this is again, guys, this is before CRMs. So you have to do this manually. I would put all the milestone dates in my calendar: the birthday, the 30-day check-in after they move in, the 6-month check-in, the 12-month anniversary, the 1-year anniversary, like whatever the milestones we were doing. And then you'd have a separate Christmas card list, which was on an Excel spreadsheet. And we would also log all of our people, all of our deals in Excel as well. Right, so having that in the calendar gave us the notifications as a reminder that so-and-so is coming up on whatever the milestone is. And then we would write out all the cards right there and then. So I'd write a Christmas card, I'd write the birthday card, I'd write, whatever the 1 month check-in. Usually the 1 month check-in were not cards, but with like holiday cards, it was the anniversary, it was holidays, and it was birthdays. I'm sure there was more, I can't remember at the time, but we would then just put them in the folder. So if I'm closing a deal in April and their birthday is November, I'd write out their birthday card right there and then. I would stick it in an envelope, I would put a stamp on it, I would address it, and I would put it in the November slot of my folder. So every month or after time, obviously all of this accumulates. And so every month I would just go into the respective slot and I would just throw it in the mail. And that's how we would do it. And it was incredibly annoying, but really, really effective. Because I wasn't always I was actually never like the biggest rainmaker as an agent, but I was always the slow and steady guy. And I was slow and steady because I was always able to establish really good relationships and trust over time. People liked working with me because they just felt like it was easy to work with me. And they actually believed that I gave a shit, and I did. Okay? So you have your CRM system, you have your birthday reminders, which are personal touch points, of course. And the frequency is, of course, as needed. Follow-up Friday. It doesn't have to be every Friday, but it depends which part of the circle. But have a day where you're consistently checking in with people. Weekly, bi-monthly, whatever. And some sort of networking calendar. Right? Know what events are going on in your area. Go to one event a month. That's it. Just one a month. If you want to do more, do more. If you want to make it a bigger part of your overall business plan. All right, in your CRM, guys, the tags are going to be important. Add a connector tag to key contacts. The people that can connect you to other people. All right, the birthday and the home anniversary alerts, you still probably need to use Google Calendar for that. All right. And then use a connection tracker. Use something like a Notion or Trello, or just good old Excel. All right. I would set up a reoccurring calendar, an alert called Connection Hour. It's just block an hour, maybe 2 hours each week to send those messages, to post content, or to plan some sort of meetup. Right, and again, it's not about being robotic. It's about having a system that helps you stay consistent. Because eventually, if you're doing this on a weekly basis as part of everything else that you're doing on a weekly basis, it'll just be something that you're doing. All right, you don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be known by the right people. So let's recap the 3 biggest shifts from today. So your network is your most valuable asset. These are your 3 takeaways as far as I'm concerned. Maybe you have others, and if you do, God bless you. So again, your 3 biggest shifts or takeaways. Your network is your most valuable asset. That's number 1. Number 2, connection outperforms cold calls and content. Cold calls, content still important, but connection outperforms it. Number 3, your people already know you. They just need to remember you. So you gotta nurture them, you gotta celebrate them, you gotta invest in them. And if you do, your business will rise as your relationships deepen. Okay. Well, thanks for showing up today. I've got it's a shorter one, but I'm happy to stay on. I got this thing booked till 12. I'm happy to stop sharing my screen and answer any questions about anything that you guys want. We can kind of turn this into a mastermind if you want. So if you want to put a question in the chat about anything related to your business, anything that's going on in the market today, I'm happy to chat about it. You can either come off mute and you can ask, or you can put it in the chat. Really, guys? Nothing? Don't be shy. Okay. Okay, doke. Well, if no one has anything, I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll, cut it a little short today. Next week, I promise you, we'll do a little bit of a longer thing. I will probably do something on lead generation, as in kind of a general sense, but lead generation in today's market. This is by the way, guys, this is a tough market. I don't know if any of you are still out there listening to me. This is a tough market. This is about as tough of a market as I've ever experienced in my 20 years. And I don't say this to deter or to scare anyone. I say that this is a really great opportunity, is the way I look at it, for real estate agents to develop the right habits that will help them flourish for the rest of their career. So if you're newer to the business, even if you're not, use this as an opportunity to really get through the hard, knowing that when you do, and when you do, it will set you up for the rest of your careers. It's just a hard market. It's a market that just requires everyone to do more. It's a little bit harder to find people who are motivated to actually make a move than it used to be, for obvious reasons. There's just a lot of volatility in our business. There's a lot of volatility in the economy. People aren't making as much money. Rates are up. There's just a lot of shit going on. We know this. All right, but use this as your opportunity to really, really, really be the agent that will thrive, And there's a lot of agents who are leaving the business right now who got into the business during COVID where it was just a simple wrinkle, a glimmer of time in terms of how agents operated. That's not the norm. And unfortunately, a lot of people learn the business during that time and develop really, really bad habits that are just not serving them at the moment. And they're leaving the business. So if you can see these more challenging times as the inverse of that, not that it was easy, even with COVID, there was so many challenges, but nobody ever talks about those challenges. But if you can look at this market and overcome those challenges, forget it. You'll be set up for the rest of your life. All right, I guarantee you. Remember these words. All right, no more questions, you guys, or any questions to begin with? Cool. We'll announce what we're doing next week, early next week. We'll be longer. Like I said, we'll probably do a big lead gen thing. In the meantime, Workplace is open. If you're part of Hive Excel at EXP, feel free to always communicate. It's been really quiet there. I run a small team here in South Florida, and I don't know. We're doing pretty well as far as like getting people to have conversations with and getting people to be interested in buying or selling real estate. So, but I want to continue to sort of evolve, or allow this group to evolve, this community to evolve, and where there's a little bit more communication between people. That's the whole point of EXP. That's the whole point of, I think, real estate in general, is collaborate. That's when people are openly collaborating, that's when business becomes fun. There's no reason to do this alone. So I'll say it out there. There's no reason to do this alone. Play in a team sport. Use the people around you to bounce ideas off and to ask questions. and you're gonna have a much funner time during your build process. But have a great day. Have a great